Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be a Gauntlet review of the Condor Final Frontier. And so I think I'm the fourth person to review this knife, and I would encourage you to check out all the videos of this knife and all the other items that are going through the Gauntlet review on thegauntlet.tv, where you can see all the Gauntlet reviews in one handy place. But I think that Living Survival, Prepared Mind 101, and Blue Mountain Bushcraft and Outdoors have already reviewed this. So I'm going to try to do something a little bit different than maybe I normally do, and try to keep this thing, from dragging too much. So this is a 4-inch length blade, 3 millimeters wide, of 1075 high carbon steel. It features a micarta handle with a bow drill divot. It has a overall length of 8.5 inches, and it weighs right at 8 ounces, close to 8 ounces. The blade finish is in a black epoxy powder coat. And I just want to show you that, like most Condor knives, this thing comes with a really well-made leather sheath, and it fits really well in the sheath. It is not going to be a super retention sheath. I mean, you can drop it out if you try. However, wear on your belt, it does fit in there pretty snug. It's not just, it doesn't just fall right out. May or may not get loosened up over time, but pretty deep carry. This one's got the welded butt plate on the bottom of it, and it is a full tang. You can see just the butt plate's welded. Sleeved pins, so all 3 pins are hollow. So I guess you could make some kind of lanyard configuration, whatever you want on that. It's got a kind of a nice palm swell on the handle. To me, it feels really comfortable. It's got some reasonably aggressive jimping up there, and what looks sort of like a modified Scandi grind, kind of a clip-ish point. So that's pretty much the specs and everything we're going to talk about. Let's get rocking. Okay, so it is a I think this steel butt plate, in my opinion, is there specifically to add balance to the knife. Very aerodynamically designed knife, I think. I have to check the balance. It's very well balanced. So we're going to do something a little different. I've got a piece of semi-green wood. It's been cut down for about 2 weeks. And it's going to try to do some more campcraft type tasks with this thing. Let's go to it right now. So thought we'd take and do a couple of different maybe like a pot hook or something. So we'll go ahead and do that now. I am not a pro at this, but we'll give it a shot. So okay, not one of my better efforts, but got the job done. I'll make a tent peg. Okie-dokie. Okay, so that was some maybe minor camp task with the Condor Final Frontier. I made just a little bit of a pot hook, a really ragged looking pot hook, a little square knots. This is some seriously tough wood, believe it or not. A little tent peg, nothing fancy, but I just really wanted to do something a little different, and get an idea of how well this thing feels just under normal usage. And I have to say, even though this is a little, I don't know if it's privet or what, this is some seriously tough wood to carve, because the edge is pretty decent on it, especially right up here on this belly. It did a really good job. So tell you what I like and what I don't like about it. Let's talk about the likes first. I like the point. It gives you a, it's got a pretty narrow point. It really helps you get into, you know, tight areas when you got to do some really fine work, and you can get in with that point and really really do some pretty fine work in areas where some knives don't really have. They've got more of a rounded tip on it. So that's kind of like that semi-clip point design there. I think really helps in those finer, you know, more detailed tasks. I like the handle, the way it feels in your hand. It's got a nice swell on it, and I really didn't notice a lot of I really didn't have any hot spots in it. And what I'm doing, when I'm trying to use the tip up here, it is so far out, I have to choke up on it, and it wants to kind of, this jimping here wants to kind of drag the web of my thumb. Speaking of jimping, I'm not a big fan of jimping, to be honest with you, but this is especially seems to be aggressive as far as jimping goes. Because one thing I did not try that I think everybody else has though is the so it does a great job on striking a ferro rod. Doesn't feel aggressively sharp, but it does a great job. So anyway, that is the Condor Final Frontier Gauntlet review. I hope this has been helpful. Try to do something a little bit different for you and not be too boring. Wasn't too fancy either, I understand that, but all in all, it's very well balanced. It has a, I like the clip point style design, semi-clip point. I like the sort of semi-Scandi grind on it. I think it's good steel. Handle feels pretty comfortable to me. It's just, it's the jimping, man. The jimping is not, I'm not a fan of this jimping. Not a fan of most jimping, but this jimping is especially painful to me. Maybe I'm a sissy. We've had that conversation before. I did not use the butt plate, but I think that would come in really handy. So anyway, in closing, I guess to wrap all this up, I like the tip. I like the handle okay. I think the butt plate's a decent idea. I'm not a big fan of the jimping. Be sure and check out thegauntlet.tv to follow this knife and all the knives and all the channels in one handy place. And thank you so much for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up, that like button, sharing it with your friends, for watching those ads, and thank you so much for clicking those Amazon links and doing your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.